And I think it's inappropriate that his behavior, this pattern of behavior of his, is totally inappropriate, and that's why I'm saying it's time to fire him. And but that leads to the whole bigger bailout question. On the bailout, I would not have voted for it. I give credit to Bill Delahunt for stepping up and not voting for it. Good for him. It wasn't a good bill. There were 4 things missing. First of all, there should have been more of a mechanism to recover money, the tens of millions of dollars that these executives got, reaching back a couple of years to where they were making these loans, where they knew it was a house of cards that they were building. You know, they can't be allowed to keep everything when they were building this house of cards. So if they want help from us, they have to be willing to pay that back. Second thing, reform of the alphabet agencies. The reform that's in the 400-page bill, I don't know if you've had a chance to go through the 400-page bill. I've been through the bill. It's watered down, it's a joke, it's a sham. And even within that, when they talk about the mechanisms they're going to put in place to, quote, provide oversight, the first 4 or 5 subparagraphs that they talk about deal with how they're going to compensate themselves. Here's how we're going to pay people to be a part of this oversight. Then finally, a couple near the bottom of the section, they start talking about how often they'll actually meet or what they'll do. It's all about taking care of themselves first. I think it just sets a bad precedent. It is projective the way they write it. They're always thinking about themselves first. This bill needs to be tightened up. We need to take those 13 alphabet agencies and combine them. It's kind of like, well, not combine them, but have a single person with authority. It's kind of like what we had prior to 9/11 with the Tower of Babel, with 17 different intelligence agencies monitoring terrorism. That didn't work. We need obviously something here that works better as well. Third thing, investigations. It's a 400-page document. There's 100,000 words in this document. There are 34 words in section 127 that deal with investigations. I mean, the people want to know, how did this happen? And are there people to be held accountable for this happening? And it seems to me, you're not very interested in holding people accountable when you have a document this large and there's 34 words about, well, let's investigate. And those 34 words, Jack, they talk about, they actually limit the scope of what the FBI can look at as opposed to expand it. It says, well, you can look at these activities of regulators and companies. You take a look at that. It's 127, I think it's on page 89 or something of the. And I think that investigations have to be complete. The people are demanding it. They're like, there's something wrong here. This doesn't just happen. And we want to be assured that we'll put measures in place to keep it from happening again. And the key to that is to learn what happened, and if people were doing wrong, then let's fix it. And the fourth thing really comes back to what I led off with. It's this conflict of interest. We have got to do something about senators who don't have the same respect for conflict of interest that our selectmen have. I mean, you cannot be voting on something that will personally enrich you. Inappropriate. I got asked yesterday, how are you going to change all that? I said, well, I'm going to change it by reforming it one senator at a time right now. And I'm calling on Kerry, actually not calling, demanding that he take that $111,000 he got from Fannie Mae. And that's tainted money. That's tainted money in my mind. That money needs to go back to the benefit of families in Massachusetts who are having a difficult time wrestling with these mortgages that some potentially fast-talking deal maker put in front of them. It made them stretch for more house than they could afford.